Good morning. This is Fred Mitchell, Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Minister for Foreign Affairs, MP for Foxhoven, and today is Friday, the 29th of September, 2023. I'm headed home from Geneva, Switzerland, where the Royal Bahamas Police Force Pop Band led the celebrations for the 50th anniversary of the independence of the Bahamas and that of joining the United Nations. Kudos to Ambassador Patricia Hermans here in Geneva and the entire team for a fine production. There was a huge turnout of diplomats and the local Bahamian community. God bless you, Ambassador Hermans. Now, when Jack Kennedy, the President of the United States, was shot and killed in 1963 in Dallas, Texas, there was much public discussion about whether or not football games should have been played in the aftermath of his death. People felt that a life had been lost, and it just seemed disrespectful to play a football game while the country was in mourning. The arguments have been advanced again in the death of Obie Wilchcombe. Not since Chuck Virgil was murdered in 1997 has there been the death of a minister in office. And similar questions and commentary are being asked about the propriety of all the speculation and commentary about what happens next after the death. First of all, you had remarks by the Bobsy Twit, the female one, of COI, the Coalition of Idiots. She's damn well defamatory. She didn't even know it better. She's a lawyer, but told the press that she didn't write the defamatory stuff. She only passed it around. She claims that she didn't read it. But of course, any lawyer worth their salt knows that in the law of defamation, the publisher of a libel is just as guilty as the author. Unfortunately, in our law, it's not possible to libel a dead man, so that nastiness goes on without redress. Then there are those wannabes, everyone and their grandmother suddenly becoming a PLP, and now the heirs and heiresses apparent to a seat that is not yet formally vacant and for which no date has been set to be filled. The word for these actions of these wannabes is unseemly. It is darn well disrespectful, unseemly, and deserving of the strongest reproach. And finally, there are those who claim they are friends of the deceased and spilling their guts, venting their spleen about who, what, when, and why on Facebook and other platforms, and published by the Tribune. Again, unseemly. The so-called friend should just shut the hell up, put down his or her pen. And then the newspaper of record should refrain from talking nonsense, trash-talking nonsense, masquerading as news. They all ought to be ashamed of themselves. It's not easy to stop this stuff, but the PLP pledges and all people of goodwill should pledge to allow Obie Wilchcombe's family to grieve, to plan a properly executed burial if that is their wish, for his colleagues in the state to provide a state funeral if that is what the family wishes. All of this idle nonsense that's going on is regrettable, unseemly, inappropriate. Now, ultimately, Jackie Kennedy, the widow of Jack Kennedy, led the nation of the United States in a dignified funeral for her husband, John Kennedy, and we should do the same thing for Obie Wilchcombe. God bless you. God bless Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And today, on this Friday, across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, it's PLP all the way.